How you doing? This is John from John's Long Box. I was looking for my older Fantastic Fours, and I found not the newest, but a pretty new. This is a Fantastic Four 268, 60 cents, 1984. Okay, I thought it was more recent than that. The Mask of Doom. I remember when this was on the spinner rack. I was so impressed by this as a kid. Okay. Oh, Huffy. Okay, this is the Mask of Doom. This is the splash page, the opening page, one panel. Here are the credits. John Byrne, chronicler. He writes, draws, and inks. Okay. Glennis Wine does the coloring. Jim Novak, letterer. Bob Budinsky, editor. Jim Shooter. This is from the Jim Shooter era. And as you can see, 1984, Fantastic Four, Volume 1. Okay, that means this started in 1963, and I gotta find out which was the last issue. Okay, that's Sue Storm laying in bed. That's the Invisible Woman. Sue Storm Richards. That's Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. That's Alicia and Johnny. Yeah, Alicia and Johnny were a couple instead of Alicia and the Thing, and that's a convoluted story that I don't want to get into. And then the Thing is on another planet, and She-Hulk is taking his place. Okay. She is pregnant, and because of the cosmic radiation, she's having troubles. And I know nowadays it's cool to make Reed Richards as a bad guy or whatever, but that's so out of character. He's a compassionate, loving, cool husband. Like, he's Indiana Jones with stretching abilities. You know, he was a cool guy. You wanted to be him. As Johnny Storm. I remember when John Byrne first took over, I thought he made Johnny Storm look too young, but what is he, early 20s or so, talking to the doctor. If I remember correctly, that's Bruce Banner. Yeah, he's getting all the radiation doctors together, and Dr. Octopus, if you don't remember, Dr. Octopus created these arms so he can handle radioactive isotopes. Yes, that's Bruce Banner. Yeah, he's turning into the Hulk. Yeah. Okay. So Reed Richards doesn't care who you are. He needs the greatest radiation scientists. So here he is. And this is how cool he is. He talks down a fight. Dr. Octopus is notoriously paranoid, schizophrenic, and Reed Richards calms him down, just talks to him, doesn't fight him. You can see, saying, I need your help. Cool ad. And basically gets him to retract his arms and help him out. Dr. Octopus's, these arms were like attached to him. Everybody's like, I thought you were crazy getting this guy, and he's worried about his sister. More ads. Brand new towels. I don't remember ever seeing a towel ad. As the Fantastic Car. I love the way John Byrne draws metal. Cityscape. I think this is actual photographs that he went over. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Actual Manhattan photographs. That's She-Hulk. That's Bruce Banner's cousin, Jennifer Walters, and they're going through her origin. It's like obligatory. Bruce Banner went to her for help, and then she got shot by the mob because she was representing somebody who's going after the mob, and the doctor there can't help her. He gives her, I love in the comic books, if you're a doctor, you're every doctor. So, I mean, he's a radiation scientist, gamma radiation, but he's doctor, so therefore he could give blood transfusions, because every doctor's just every doctor. And because they had a rare blood type, because they were cousins, and she accepted his blood, and she became She-Hulk. The thing about She-Hulk is when the Lou Ferrigno Hulk show was on in the 70s, they were rumored to, in one of the later seasons, they were going to introduce a girl version of the Hulk. And Stan Lee quickly made She-Hulk and rushed out the comic book so they could get the trademark and licensing. Because if the TV show had made a girl Hulk, it wouldn't have been a Marvel creation. So they and then I think the show got canceled anyway. But it was one of the few times they actually just squatted out an idea. I told you Captain Marvel was famously Mile High Comics. This, if you ever want back issues, Mile High Comics has it all, but you will pay the highest price possible. You know, I always go to my comic shop, then I look at eBay, then I look at Amazon, then I go to Mile High, because Mile High, you're paying the highest. They will have it, but you will pay the most. More, that's a cityscape. That's the Baxter Building. And I think it was like East 40th Street. In 1901, the building that is there is called the Merchant Building. They took out the Merchant Building and inserted the Baxter Building in the Marvel world. And I worked in the Merchant Building for about 3 years. And here's it's landing. They're inside the Baxter Building. And, you know, just walls of text. Like I said, John Byrne was... his first major writer was Chris Claremont, who was famously verbose. This goes back to the Kirby days, these belt indicators. So, this is the first time he's bringing her to the headquarters. Okay, he's showing her around. Look, they got Dr. Doom's mask. They got all of these funky contraptions. Check it out, Dr. Doom's mask. And then she's like, "It's creepy. It looks like it's looking at me." Yeah. And then there it is. And then at this time, Reed and Sue bought a house in Connecticut, and they were trying to be like a suburban family. So I think that's Franklin with the babysitter, and this such a good trope. The Snoopy next door neighbor who's always up to and the babysitter with Franklin confronts her, and I like this, you know, just relaxed. John Byrne one of the first that I can remember that paid attention to like decorating and design. I think his wife at the time was a fashion designer or like a interior designer, and she would give him tips. I think that's the case, or that's the rumor that I heard. Yeah, flame on. I was, and he didn't have to say the word flame on to turn on fire. I thought that as a kid that he had to actually say the word flame on, but that was just a catchphrase. I like he's burning through, melting everything. Well, what's going on? And boom, she gets knocked down. And one of the things, the Hulk is supposed to like release how you actually see yourself. And since Bruce Banner was a mental case, he became a misshapen, muscular monster because he was a scrawny little guy who got picked on. Whereas Jennifer Walters, as a lawyer, she was book smart, mousy girl, and she became this voluptuous, tall, statuesque, Amazon, beautiful woman. You know, and that's what the leader was, kind of a dumb guy who wanted to be super smart with this elongated forehead. So that's what gamma radiation is supposed to do. It's supposed to unleash your dream vision of yourself. I always thought it was funny that when he got close to people, I mean, this guy is on fire. Just imagine how scary that would be to have a human being just on fire standing next to you, you know. And it's Dr. Doom's mask. Dr. Doom, I love that. This is a picture that I drew over and over again. I love these energy lines. They have like a thickness, you know, to them. And here, I was like, what the, you know? Just classic comic book stuff. Just grab stuff, rip it, trying to swat it and smash it. The mask over here shocks her. That's just a comic book trope, that just do one color to show that she's getting zapped by electricity, and then the mask leaves as she's stunned. Her hair is a little crazy. Human Torch. He was always my least favorite member of the Fantastic Four, but the Fantastic Four, I love. They're my favorite comic. America's favorite comic book conventions. In this year of COVID, we didn't have too many comic conventions, and he's taken down. And I think the mask is activating the building's defenses, throws up some sort of like force field that she overpowers with her strength. Unlike the Thing, I don't think at this point she got stronger as she got angrier. I think she just started out really strong and invulnerable and stayed. So like when the Hulk, when he just transforms, is actually weaker than the She-Hulk, but then the Hulk can unlimitedly get strong, where she starts out pretty high strength but stays there. Yeah, she smashes through the wall. She's falling, and she panics at first, and then she dives and smashes. And here comes Reed Richards stretching. Kind of gross power, right? And if you saw a guy stretching, you'd be like, "Ooh, I don't want to see that." He's walking through his. Man, I just remember this. I always liked Reed Richards, so it kind of bothers me now what they're doing to him. There he is, Iron Fist. Okay, Power Man and Iron Fist. Power Man. I showed the Power Man. Power Man is Luke Cage. Luke Cage is Power Man. Okay. Who's the artist there? Bill Sienkiewicz. Oh, okay. This Bill Sienkiewicz, more realistic looking style. Rather, he kind of got a little more abstract as he went. The mass blasting. I love the stretching. You could just see the movement. Okay, he jumps over here. You could tell he's enveloping it, wrapping it around, and constricting it. But the mask blows that with energy and pressure, snaps him out. The bulletins. Okay, this is Stan. This is now Jim Shooter. Used to have Stan soap ops, but now there's the Bolton. This is just like internal news. Like if you're a writer or an artist, stuff like that, you're having a baby, getting married, and stuff like that. They would talk about it. It really made you feel like, you knew these people. I remember one guy got hired, and they talked about it, getting married and having kids. There was like a sense of family. Here's the checklist. Okay, it's getting kind of big. Epic Comics. Okay. Epic Comics. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Epic Mag. This is Epic Comics. They started another line it was separate from Marvel. Okay, the Marvel magazines, you see, they're starting to dwindle down. It didn't really catch on. Coyote, X-Men trade paperbacks. Okay. Yeah, Epic was supposed to be like more fantasy, and then you see they're actually reprinting Marvel comics because it just never caught on. But that's the thing about Marvel. They always trying new things. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember now. The mask is flying around. Reed Richards he hits this button, and this button seals off the Baxter building so that no signals can get in or out, like a Faraday cage. Okay, and that causes the mask to drop off. Reed is examining everything. Oh, that's not the mask. He's just always tinkering about. And there, what's Dr. Doom? He's not going to suffer. He's too proud to let his mask be a trophy, and blah blah blah. And then Terminus. Terminus is a big giant monster, comes from space, and what he does is he lands on a planet and then strip mines it, takes all the metal and everything, and all the rare earths and all the resources, and just leaves the planet like a smoldering husk. So he's like worse than Galactus, because at least you could say Galactus is trying to stay alive. Terminus is just strip mining it. And this is Alpha Flight. I did an Alpha Flight showcase. John Byrne, of course. Number 12, double-sized issue. Spoiler alert for a 40-year-old comic. He dies. And he's one of the few people that actually stayed dead. Special art, this subscription. Oh, cute baby Hulk. Let's see. How much were the subscriptions? $17, 2 titles. Okay. Or 14 issues. All right. I remember the first comic I ever subscribed to was Doctor Strange, because I had it in my mind that Doctor Strange didn't come on newsstands. I don't know what I got in my head. Parker Brothers. What is this? ColecoVision, right? Is this ColecoVision? Oh, your Atari is a great computer. Atari, there you go. That's what video games looked like when I was a kid. 8-bit. Nah, I guess 8-bit is cool now. But this is something I love. This was my number one run for so long. And then when, as an adult, I went back and got the Jack Kirby and Stan Lee comics, and I love them for. But this is what I bought every month on the newsstand. I remember buying this in a comic book shop, and I remember reading it in the car going up to my grandfather's house. Yep, I definitely remember that. I remember sitting in the car. My mother and my aunt were sitting in the back seat, so I was sitting in the front passenger side with a stack of comics, just reading, and I remember it was pouring raining. It's funny how I haven't thought about that, but taking out a comic book brings back memories. Okay, hope you like this. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four 268. This is from the famous John Byrne run. I think it was winding down around now. And please like, please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.